Ryan just got to live my dream. And randomly, it's funny. Last season we talked about the Oscar Mayer Wiener car, or mobile, I guess is what they call it.
It's
And
the Wienermobile.
it showed up in your neighborhood, bro. What are the
Yeah.
chances of that happening?
So
That's
my
wild.
daughter's tutor, she for her husband's birthday last year had the Planters peanut truck come, and this year it was the Oscar Mayer Wiener. It was the Wienermobile, is what it's called.
Wait, hold on. Did
And
somebody contact this thing to have it come down there, or
yeah,
it was like it's just Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was
yeah.
random. I'm like, bro, what are the chances of that? But
No,
that makes more
no,
sense. Okay.
it was I don't know if they rented or what they did. It just shows up. It is an enormous wiener on a bun with wheels. Do they sell hot dogs? They do not. They,
Oh no, I
Are
was
you
gonna ask you
serious?
no,
that.
Are you
What?
serious?
I guess
extremely disappointing.
how are they gonna do that, right? Like, were they just gonna like have them boiled or something? Like that would be kind of weird.
No, they have to have some sort of kitchen in there. They have to.
I just bust out a propane grill and bust
I
out some
wouldn't.
Oscar Mayer wieners.
Start grilling. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, what do they do? They hand out wiener whistles. They don't. They don't give you
I
a
was
hot
wondering what
dog.
those things were. Okay.
Those are wiener whistles. Can you get
How
one
high
as an
pitched?
adult? You cannot. They
Yeah.
only pass them out to the kids. Now,
They would make a killing with the adults.
I'm going to tell you that my creep meter went up about 1,000,000 on the fact that they only give kids wiener whistles, and I was like, "What? Like, what? Like, you only I can't get a wiener whistle? Like, I wanna take it to work with me." Like, it would be hilarious.
It is
No,
kind of strange.
just the kids. It was a very young lady that was working, so she can get away with that. But if I decided to work for the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile place and I was just passing out wiener whistles to little kids, like it would come off way different. Like I think that it's probably not a great idea. I think
I,
they should probably change that.
At least sell hot dogs. At least do that.
Yeah,
Like,
like sell some hot dogs. I get it. Probably not an easy thing.
or can they just like give some coupons out? You know what I mean? Like, give me a coupon for some Oscar Mayer. That would make a whole lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? At least when you're at the store,
Give me a cold
buns,
wiener.
dogs.
Like I've ate them raw before. It's fine.
What? What? I'm sorry.
we're all wieners, baby.
Not even hit a microwave, bro. Are you serious? Like you just
Oh, yeah, it's
at
not
I had
bad.
them
home?
straight out of the
It's
fridge,
not
bro.
bad.
I don't know what else to say.
Okay, that's
But
not what I had in my mind. I was thinking like you're just driving down the street. You got went to the
No.
grocery store. You're like, you know what?
no,
I'm hungry right now. Let me just bust out a wiener out of the
No, no, no,
package
no,
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 and
no,
hit
no,
one of
no,
these
no.
while I'm
no.
driving down the street.
No,
For
you're
real.
like, "Oh, I'm out of chips. Oh, I'm out of this, but I got a package of Oscar Mayer wieners."
No, Jordan, it
You
doesn't
just
make
take
sense
the
though.
open
He's at
up,
home.
pull it out of the refrigerator, and just eat it.
I'm lazy.
No, you're at home. Hit a microwave for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. What?
Yeah, probably a better idea.
I'm not gonna yes, it probably is a better idea. You can sit there on a
Hey,
paper
bro.
towel, do it for 30 seconds, and call
I
it
might
good.
need you to go ahead and
Oh,
check into a hospital. You know what I mean?
Look,
Like,
I just
you can go ahead and just shut your face.
yeah,
That's what you
it was good. Look, it's fine. I don't do it now. Currently, it's not a cold wiener guy,
he's
but
grow past this. It's like a Vienna sausage. I take it. You know what I mean? You ever had the Vienna sausages before? Like straight out
yeah,
the
I'm not a
can?
fan. But I know
yeah.
that
Oh, this
they're
is kid.
yeah, very weird. Weird texture to them. I don't love the texture to them, but look,
Puerto
look.
Ricans, so they cook them. They make them in I cut them up and put them in a rice. Growing up,
Oh, okay.
so.
Like if it's cooked,
Anyways,
okay.
yeah, no, okay. So you guys actually contact. I honestly, this is my belief for the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I thought it was just a random vehicle that just travels the U.S. and just shows up places.
I think it does, generally speaking, sometimes. And you can also I
There's got to
looked
be a fleet of
online, you
them,
can
right?
apply to work for them. You can be a driver.
You are the
Um,
only person, and you're like, I have experience. I used to have a what you
yeah,
call it,
the food truck
Food
business,
truck.
yeah.
the food
Yeah.
truck. Yeah,
But I think
I guess you don't need it though because
you
you're not making
no,
any.
if
Okay,
you passed out awkward,
that's kind of
whistles
crazy,
to
bro.
kids is really the only other qualification that you would need, um, for that. I think the Wienermobile was cool. I'm gonna tell you right now, was cool. It had a lot of seats, so a lot of seats that were lined up. It had, almost like, you were getting in a rocket ship. They had, like, like the cool seat belts that go over the top, like you were in Top Gun or something. Um, like it was cool. Like the actual Wienermobile was huge and it was cool. The kids loved it.
Okay,
They
well, break it
loved it.
down for
Is
me.
this like a
What was
hayride?
inside the vehicle?
Yeah.
So you step up. So the side of it opens up, and when you get inside, you step up in it, and it's just literally just seats kind of lined up like a rocket ship, and almost like a Disney World ride or something. And there's
Oh,
a driver's seat. They got windows at the, and I think if you were the one who rented it, like I got to see on her little Facebook, they got to drive around in it. They rode around in it, which is kind of cool.
so
But
it's like
otherwise,
a limo service rental
it's
almost.
yeah, it's a wiener disguised
That's the best
as a
Bro,
limo.
limited
I'm
thing
so
ever.
glad that you told me this because now if I ever get a chance to see it, I'm not gonna do it. Like, what's
Yeah.
the point?
Pack news.
Well, before we hit pack news, I just wanted to continue and say my son is like he goes through those phases of like food right now, and hot dogs is like on his like
Oh yeah.
meter right now. It's so random too because look. I love Costco. I think I've said this before on the podcast. Disneyland
Okay.
isn't or Disney World isn't the happiest place in the world for an adult. Disney that second place to Costco. Costco is the happiest place for an adult. Can't
Yeah.
convince me, because you can get a full 12-inch hot dog and a drink for $1.50. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And
After you
so I
spend
think
$537 at
you
Costco.
for sure. I planned on spending, maybe $50, and I bought everything in the store. There's a really good. You guys ever watch the show Modern Family?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
here and
so
there.
there's an episode when Mitchell goes into Costco for the first time and he realizes what it is and just goes nuts. That's a really good that's a really good way to explain what Costco is for adults. It's fantastic. Um, oh, this killer entered the
That was my
building.
son.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going through the hot dog phase. So whenever you guys showed me, my son's going through the hot dog phase. Whenever you showed me the pictures of the hot dog mobile, bro, I was like, dude, I want to see if I can get them to it, but never mind. If they're not serving hot dogs, what is the point? Like,
The
okay,
kids loved it, and
that's
all up and down the
disappointing.
block, all you heard was wiener whistles. It was so annoying that all up and down the entire block was just
Wait,
kids blowing these wiener whistles.
just like high pitched.
Yes, it's awful. But it was funny. It had me cracked up.
Never inviting them to my neighborhood. I do not want to do that. That is terrible. God,
A little creepy. A little creepy.
that is a bit weird. All right, so let's go ahead and hit our pack news for the week.
Pack news.
News.
Hey, there we go. So, I don't really have too much on the pack news for news, but what I did see, and I sent you guys a video of the TikTok of it. So I'm just gonna explain it, and it's kind of wrapping in the dad stuff with this, but I thought it was really cool. You guys know what air tags are? Like, we don't know what air tags are. Okay, well, hit a Google when you can. But air tags are these little, they look like little quarters, probably more like $half for you older people who know what I'm talking about. About the size of the old dollar. You know what I'm talking about, the the dollar coins, I guess. Jordan, you look really confused there. Anyways, so they're a size of a
Look
quarter.
like
I'll
little
just use as a
tokens
reference.
that have
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
um
Anyways, so what they are, the little like
apples.
GPS trackers is what they are, but they're really small, about the size of a
Oh,
coin. And
Oh, like the
a lot of
tiles.
people,
Okay.
yeah, like similar to a tile. That's a good reference to it, um, or comparison. And people are using them obviously for all sorts of reasons. You can put one in your car just in case your car gets jacked. You can put one. People put some of them inside their kids' backpacks. That way, when they're at school or wherever they're at, park or whatever, got one on them.
yeah, got one of my
Well,
kids back there.
yeah. See, okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Um, so in this video, this mom had one, but it was on like a, a wristband. Like she had like a wristband for it for her kid, and instead of having the watch here, it was just like on the wrist. And so she obviously, they were at like a park or something. It was like an indoor park, and she said that you can play noises through it, and I didn't know that. And she had some weird noise, like a monkey sound, or it was some kind of funky, sound that was going on with it. And you can apparently train your kids to when their Apple or not their Apple the AirTag goes off or makes a noise, that means you need to come back to mom or dad. So like the
Okay.
kid was out playing and was doing their thing, and it was like, okay, it's time to go. So she went in and hit the noise. It made the noise, and the kid comes running back to mom, like, "Hey, mom, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh, yep, it's time to go." And they rock
So
and
it's a
roll from
kid
there.
pager.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like,
I
"That's
like
freaking
that.
awesome!" Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool. What a great idea. So Apple
Yeah, I like that.
AirTags, yeah. I don't know if tile's a good comparison. I guess that's what you would use for like Google or something if you have a Google phone or Android.
Maybe,
But
yeah, and I mean, I could put it on the set of keys. It's saved my butt
a couple, yeah.
quite a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, now on most cases, that's not what AirTags have been used for. AirTags have been used to like track apparently spouses and along those lines is kind of more of where it's been used here that I've
Okay.
seen the videos. So I thought that this might be a little deviation of what the norm is. So
Are
I
you
thought that was
using
pretty good.
Air in the new Apple sense of like AirPods and all the
For
new
sure.
stuff? Okay.
Here's the stupid
Now
thing
I
about it
got you.
though. If there's so the way an AirTag works, this is how I understand it, is it uses other Apple products to figure out where it's at. So like
Yeah.
if there's iPhones around, that's how it figures out where it's at.
It's
So
constantly pinging each
it
other and then
constantly pinging and
it's
bouncing
like
off of other.
it's like
Yeah,
sonar with phones, like Batman
freaking that's really
begins.
cool. The problem is if there's an AirTag around your phone for too long, it tells you. So like, hey, there's an AirTag in your area. So like, if you're trying to track somebody, it's not a really good way to do so, unless they have like an Android or something. Then I guess that makes sense. But anyways, AirTags are
Mm,
very interesting. I thought that would be a really cool way to, if you're
that's
at the
cool.
park or something like that. Obviously, if you're already using an AirTag, in your kid's backpack, this would be a really cool way to incorporate it, in a daily life. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you're too
and
lazy
other
to
other
send a
people,
text,
yeah, I
you
guess,
know
but
what?
like the old school way is like Life 360. You guys have heard of that like that app before? No?
Yes, I do know that app. We actually have that app.
Okay.
I don't have
Okay.
it on
So
my
like,
phone, but my wife
yeah.
uses it. Yeah.
So like a really quick Light 360 is just an app that goes on your phone and it uses your phone's internal GPS system to track where you are. So you put that on your kid's phone and they have their phone everywhere with
Like a
them. So
family
you can just
tracker.
keep track.
Yep.
Yeah, family tracker. A lot of families use it in that kind of way to kind of see where each other's at or something. If the wife is trying to make dinner before you come home, she's trying to figure out how long before you get home or vice versa. Or, wife's getting her nails done and you're trying to figure out how much time you get left on Call of Duty. It's a really good way to do it. So something along those lines. I figured one of the two ways of
Yeah.
using them. Mm. But anyways, that's all we got for Pack News this week. Let's head into our first topic, and I think Ryan's got this one.
Yeah, so actually, it's going to be a proposed question. I had a situation go down literally last night.
Okay.
My daughter has been in gymnastics for probably close to a year, and she's still in the level one class because she's scared of everything and won't
There's
do
levels to
anything.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
Um,
there was like age groups. So
well, she's in
interesting,
the younger kids group.
bro. I could
Um,
never. I could never do this. By the way, I'm just throwing this out there. Gymnastics was never a thing. I can hardly touch my toes as an adult or as a teenager. Really. What I'm saying is
really?
hats off to the people who can actually do like there are some people that are just
Oh man,
ridiculously
pretty incredible. Yeah.
flexible and been yeah. And then
There's a
have you ever seen the Olympic dudes like the gymnastics for the Olympics? I know maybe I'll do or don't, but there's just one where I think it's called like the something sawhorse where they have to get on top of it and like run
beast.
their
Yeah.
feet around and stuff. Dude, that like I can barely do a plank for a minute. Like what in the
Yeah.
world? Super
They do
athletes.
that,
I
the
think I
rings and
think
that stuff. They're absolutely just superhuman.
the
Uh,
gymnast I think might be like the some of the top like performers or
Athletes,
at least
yeah,
athletes I've ever
yeah,
seen. Yeah.
no doubt about it. Female,
Anyways,
male,
continue
all you they're
for
very,
sure.
very, very insane. This is very, very beginner stuff right now, and she's just scared to do silly stuff. Like, um, the what we went into last night is for she's too scared to do a flip, but it's not like you're standing there still and do a flip. It's a bar. We've all done it on the swing set as a kid. You put your waist on it and you kind of roll over it, right? Like that's you hang on, you roll over
Yep.
it, you still hanging on, you do a little flip over it, right? Like that's she was too
I totally feel
terrified
her. Yep.
to do it. And which is fine, except for you're in gymnastics and I'm paying for gymnastics and you want to stay in gymnastics, and that's fine too. But you're not going to progress in gymnastics unless you face your fears. If you're afraid of everything, like, you're in the wrong sport, you're in the wrong you're to me, it was time to, make a decision. So, I
Well,
decided that
question, do they let you guys, like, and I say you guys, like, the parents on the floor with them, or is just
no,
like, you guys are sitting on the back? Okay.
no, but I have a little bar here at the house.
Are there
So, it's like a
kids that are,
gymnastics
like,
bar.
they're going in her same level group, like, going nuts and doing all the flips and
Younger than her, much younger than her.
oh, okay. It might just be,
So
yeah, obviously it's a fear thing then, it's not bad, but anyways.
and she told me it was a fair thing. So, okay, that's cool. But we've been like, "Hey, we'll practice this. We'll work on it." Doing that for weeks. And so I just had enough. And I said, "Nope, we're doing it. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna spot you. We're doing it." So she flipped out. Didn't want to do it.
Sure.
Wanted mommy. We went back and forth, kind of stalemated it for about half an hour to an hour. Just no, her crying, me saying, "Nope, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. I'm not. Trust me, I'm more stubborn of a human being than you. Oh, but you're
At
being
this
mean to
point,
me.
yeah.
I understand that I'm being mean. However, it's more mean. It's more cruel to not face this now, so that when you're an adult, you don't know how to face things and deal with things. This is something you said you want to do. We've kept you in it. You're gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure you're safe. We're gonna do this. You want a mom up there, mom came up to save her about 4 or 5 times. Mom, go back downstairs. We're doing this. We're doing it. Now, there's an end result, but I just want to know y'all's opinion on that stance.
On how you handled it or how we would have done it?
Either or. Basically, one, am I a terrible dad? Two, yeah, would you do it different?
God, at this point, Ryan, I ask myself that every
Mm.
day if I'm a terrible dad. I'm not even kidding either, Jordan. I know that sounds stupid, but there's just so many times in a day where I'm like, "Oh my god, did I
You're in
overreact? Did
control
I
of
do?"
another human being. It's a
Yeah,
normal feeling.
I know. I just feel like I'm sometimes I, over police or overdo it. And I'm not like obviously, hurting my kid or anything. I just, there are certain reactions and times you just like what Ryan's trying to do here. You're trying to drive home a point. You're trying to teach a lesson. You're trying to, you know, handle something bigger than that. And it's still like, man, did I do too much? But anyways, I feel your pain when it comes to what you're asking yourself there, Ryan. But um I don't think that you handled it wrong. And if can I just give you like how I really feel about it? Um,
Please.
yeah, I don't think that you handled it wrong, but I also don't think that you handled it right either. I think you're coming at it from the right source or the right place. I know you're doing it out of love because I know you, but not everybody handles things like that the same way, right? So, for example, I eventually learned how to do a backflip at some point when I was a teenager, but my friend who I was practicing doing this with, like learning how to do a backflip like on a trampoline, he did it on like the third try. We had never done it before, and then boom, he had figured it out. And mine was my fear to go backwards. I don't know if you guys ever even attempted to do something like that before,
On a
but it
trampoline,
is yeah, it was on a trampoline, but even then, you can go fire off
terrifying.
that thing, and yeah, and it is a terrifying thing, and I had to literally just continuously um work my way through it in my own way. And it took me like 3 days. Eventually, on like the third day, we had a trampoline in our backyard. After my friend was gone, I never did it that day. After my friend was gone, I just had to continuously like keep trying. And then one day, I freaking did it. You know what I mean? But it was like I kept on doing that weird like side flip. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know. Like it looked like an action movie. It was
I know
terrible.
exactly
I
what you're
looked
talking about.
horrible.
Yep.
I had to look like
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy, dude. Yeah. Anyways, it was like a freaking backward shrimp in the air. Um, but I think that in this situation, a little bit of mom and a little bit of dad's a good thing, right? Like the perspective of both. I understand what you're saying but mom's also the comfort too. But dads have this way of building their kids up and instilling that confidence in their kids. At least I feel like they do, right? So I do understand what you're saying, but I would have been a little more easy. But at the same time, I also don't know the full context. So let me ask you this: how long has she been trying to
Yeah.
do this?
So that's not as fair. Um, First of all, you have to understand that the personality between me and my daughter, we are
She's
the
little you,
same
right?
human
Yeah.
being.
Yeah,
Very
she's
We
very
little
little
you.
difference.
we
Very
are
little.
very similar.
Yeah.
I would have never done this with my son. It would have broke him. I'd have broke him, and I couldn't. I can't deal with my son like that. It will crush him. He
That's fair.
he deals with it differently. Her, I dealt with the same things as myself, so I felt like, no, I really felt like I was doing her a disservice by not forcing the issue earlier. And to give you full transparency, she did do it last night, and then I had to stay up late with her because she wouldn't stop doing it. Woke me
It's a
up
big
twice
a win's a
at
win.
night and
Of
and
course.
and kept giving me hugs. She was so pumped because now she might be able to move up to the next level and not be with the younger kids. She was a success in her mind. That was a huge success for her and something that she was literally as she did it the first time, she was so stressed as she did it. She ripped a huge fart in my face. Um, Came down. As she came down, she looked me in the eyes and said, "That wasn't scary at all. That wasn't
Oh,
scary at
wow.
all. Let's do it again." And then I had to wait for her mom to get off the phone to tell her I did it. She was pumped. So her confidence went from here to here. But I'm
There
not
you go.
stupid. What shook me was that may not have gone that way. And that would have been a terrible move at that point in time, right? It could have gone a lot worse. So that's what I second guessed myself all night long. Like, man, I'm glad that worked out. What if it hadn't have? Like, I could have shook her, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I just know her. Maybe I just kind of
Yeah.
went with it,
Oh,
and maybe that's a good thing to do. I really don't know, but
okay,
No,
as
you
someone else who knows her, you have to break that down. I'm sorry, I've had to shake her down because she was manipulating mom,
oh yeah,
and I had
that's why I
I
kept
had
mom
to
out of the room.
break it
Yeah,
down because
I kept my wife out of the
otherwise
room.
she's not going to stop and she's not going to progress because you have to break that part down.
Yeah,
There is no other way to go about it.
she a hustler,
Yeah.
so that's why I kept my wife out of the room. So she would hustle my. I knew what she was going to do. She was going to
that's
hustle
fair.
my wife to shut the situation down. And so no, we're not doing that. No, she all of a sudden became a math major, so it was like a geometry, definitely like super new. Well, you can do. So she was like, let me see you do it. So I did it, and she was like, well, you're tall,
Please record that
so
next time.
it's it was ugly,
Please.
but I did it.
We will put that on the Instagram, baby.
It
Yeah.
was definitely ugly, she was like, "Well, you're taller." And then she started breaking down why some people could do it and some people can't because she's only this tall and the bar's here. Well, I was like, "Well, I'll change the bar, the height then." Well, if you do that, then it'll be this. And like all of a sudden she's a geometry major and I was like, "Do we have you in tutoring for math?" Like, I don't like
Hey,
well, oh,
this is
how
Yeah,
all of a
that's
working.
sudden you're an
above her
expert in
grade
math?
level. Yeah,
Like,
she's not physics. Yeah.
It's
so
working.
this is like you didn't just flip it. I'm just gonna do it with like I'm just gonna help you do it. I'm not gonna make you do it by yourself, and I'm gonna
For
have my
sure.
hand underneath you. I'm gonna make sure you're safe. Let's do this, man. She hadn't stopped doing it since. Like literally, she came home from school today and was like, "Let's do some flips. Let's do some." Like she's pumped. Like I said, it worked out. Dang, that was afterwards. It felt like a risk to me, but I'm just debating with myself. I know her. I knew this was the right thing, but the truth is, I didn't know that. I really didn't. So it could have gone bad. So it's really messed with my head.
Well, I
Yes,
mean,
it
also in a
could have, but
controlled
that's a
environment.
risk, but that's a very calculated risk, Ryan.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
that was a
Yeah,
good
most definitely.
calculated risk. Like,
It's also in a controlled environment. Like if it was out in like a park and you had nothing, you know what I mean? Like a
No, I
little bit
wouldn't do that
different.
to her.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's more of a risk to me. But at home and stuff, where she can come back to it, even if she hadn't nailed it, you know what I mean? It could be, continuously working on it. I think in that situation, for what it was, the risk part's not that high. I think for me, it was just I don't know. I'm comparing it to me and my family, so that's kind of really not a fair.
When
And I
once
don't
again,
really know her very well.
it's personality based. Like I said, I promise you, with Ashton, I learned very, very fast. He's
That
compliant.
ain't happening.
He would trust me. He would have trusted me. He'd just done it. Or if I had gotten too aggressive with him, I'd have broke him. He'd have just been done. He would have melted and just sat there and
he
looked
just
at me.
needs reasoning. That's all he
Yeah.
needs is
He
reasoning.
if you
That's
tell
it.
him it's gonna be safe, it's gonna be fine, he's actually probably just gonna do it, but, because he's not wired that way. He doesn't there's no
It
hustle in
reminds
He
him.
me
he's
There's
closer
no
to me than
aggression.
Ryan by a long
Yeah.
for sure.
He
shot.
just I don't if you break his spirit, he's done though, and so I won't I won't do
It
that.
reminds me of
You know,
when you put him in jujitsu when he was younger. Very
it was hug
similar stuff.
everybody.
Not
Awesome, though.
exactly why you put him in there, but
He literally just ran around. We had to get onto him like, dude, this is jujitsu. Like we're supposed to be doing something here, and he'd just be running around like, oh, my friends, and you'd be giving them hugs and stuff, but not paying
how do
attention.
you
He
remember
just
how
really
old he
didn't
was
care.
when you did that?
Yeah, he was 8.
Oh, he was 8, bro. I was like, man, when can I put Carson in jujitsu? He's
As soon
3.
as you can.
Oh, that's pretty
And
young.
they have a 3-year-old class. I know that they had a
Ah,
3-year-old class,
bro.
and it's hilarious to watch. But are they focused on it? No, no, but it's for me, I thought it would be a confidence booster for him to do that. I thought he was really really friendly, and I thought that he was going to get his feelings hurt as he moved up in school if he didn't like toughen up or whatever.
For
And he's
sure.
fine. He's in junior high. He's he's
God,
fine.
getting
He's
old.
like he's literally um he's middle school.
Cool. He's junior high.
Is
Yeah.
7th grade? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's med
So
school.
he but is he like once again school's different than when I was in school. Like
He
I
fits
was
in better than what you would nowadays.
yeah. His like he's just got offered to be he had to apply to get into National Honor Society for junior high kids. I didn't even know that was a thing. Um but
They have
he
that in maybe that is just in
I thought it was
I
just
was
high
for some
school.
reason thinking no, I thought it was maybe in elementary too, but maybe they don't. I remember that it was in middle school because my brother was the smart kid, and he was in there too,
Okay, that
middle school.
he's doing that thing, and he's big into chess, and that's what his friends are playing, and so I was like,
Bro, if
okay,
you
like you
ever get him into Dungeons& and Dragons, it's over. If he's a chess kid, yeah, or Warhammer 4000 or
Let
40,000, yeah,
let him do some D&D,
guess
please.
I'm telling you, changed
guess
his
who out of
life.
me and Jordan who was in the chess club?
Oh, it was Ryan.
I was in the chess club.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't tell nobody,
Well,
but
I
I was
mean,
in the
that
chess
kinda
club.
makes sense for
Loved
yeah, that kinda makes sense for you. You're a very strategic person. There's
loved
rhyme
it.
or reason and justification why you do things. So no,
Yep,
that actually makes sense.
loved it.
Um,
Spend school after school time at the chess club in the cafeteria playing
God, we
chess
grew up
with
in
just
different
random
days,
kids I
bro.
didn't know.
That's wild. I used to go to Pokemon tournaments, completely different, but still did
Okay,
that. Proud of
yeah.
that. I never won anything. I was terrible. I hated using energies too. I was that guy.
I played Pog. Oh, you were that guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I loved it, but I
Okay,
didn't
well,
want to
look,
like go that much energy into it.
I didn't break her this time. She was fine. She's happy about it. Um,
No, I think
pumped
I think
about it.
that you I think that was a calculated risk that you're talking about, but also that you kind of allowed her to prove to herself that she can do a lot more than she thinks she can if she just
Yeah,
focuses. You know what I
hope we
mean?
build on it.
Chill out.
How many
Yeah.
adults do you deal with in life right now that can't cope and have no coping mechanisms and
God, bro.
have
Well,
no?
just going to the
I
grocery
don't want
store
my
now,
kids to
it's
be that way.
awkward. If you
Yes,
make eye contact with somebody nowadays, it's for some reason this weird thing, or like you just like say something in passing, like, "Oh,
Uh,
if Jordan's over there looking at Captain Crunch," I'd be like, "Bro, the Oops All Berries, that's the one." If you're looking at Captain
just saying
Crunch,
hi is like, why are you
it's
saying
weird
hi
to
to me?
them. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. For
I'm just being
To
an
kind.
extrovert,
I'm
it's
sorry.
crazy.
be
Yeah, I
able
don't
to
know.
face your fears in a job and to be able to face your fears in life, and you couldn't get over this hurdle. I think that we have done a disservice because we swung one way because we had the generation before that that was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I went through these terrible times, and I walked
I
through.
walked 67 miles in the
Yeah,
snow barefoot.
it's we had no money, we had no. You have to do this, like so. We swung from that to this one, and we need to find a happy medium. But I think that I just deal with
Bro.
adults all the time that I'm like, do
Uh,
you have to face your fears, man. You have to do this.
I honestly think what's the generation below millennials? Is it Gen Z? I think it's Gen Z. I don't know. I don't
Generation
know which
I'm
one's
thinking of
there.
Generation X, right?
I don't
Well,
know.
what year were you born?
Generation
I think you're
Y?
I think you're a millennial, to be honest with you.
Ryan's born in
No,
1980.
I'm about 2 years off of millennials.
Like, somewhere in the 80s, because like it's like 85 and up is millennials. The 85 and
Yeah.
85 to like
Yeah,
90
I'm 1 year
are
out.
the elder no.
Um,
Okay.
I was born in '80.
Yeah, I was born in
Okay.
'84.
Okay. So yeah, you're the one previously to us. I think that the millennials and up for like to you guys, we're the ones who are more comfortable talking to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just in general, I don't know. Maybe it's the days of Call of Duty lobbies and we're just used to it. But the old ones, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. The Xbox
Oh, I
360
know
days.
exactly. They were
Woo!
extremely abusive.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
you want to talk about trauma?
Toxic as all get
No, I
out,
had little
and
kids just destroy me.
Destroyed it. Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. Not
oh
nowadays.
yeah,
You say
I got you again, Matt Big. Yeah.
yeah. You talk anything like that nowadays, you're automatically banned. You got to make a new account. Jordan knows
Yeah.
about that. Um,
That's because someone thought I was cheating. I wasn't talking,
I
sir.
know, I'm just messing with you. No, this is so. I think I said in the last episode this toddler thing is nuts, dude. It's like living with a crazy person all the time. My son is changing every day. And so potty training is going great. I think I said it last time. He's pretty much to the point where he's potty trained. We're still doing a little overnight stuff, but for the most part, he's potty trained. The worst words that I think that I have ever heard though while doing potty training is, "Dad, I pooped," and I would say, "Oh yeah, great job. Did you poop in the potty?" No. It's like, what do you mean no? So then I walk over to the bathroom and he's not there. Uh, Carson, where you at, buddy? And he's like, I'm in my room. Go in his room and he pooped. Yeah, he pooped. It's exactly what you think happened too. Those are the scariest words I think my son has ever said to me while he was in potty training is, I pooped, Dad, but it wasn't in the potty. So that was a lesson learned there. Make sure whenever he says that he needs to poop, I try to guide him to where he needs to go. He's beyond that now, but that was in the early days. But I will say this: I've been trying to do some writing with him. I think he's going to be left-handed, so I don't know where to start with. Like, so I've been practicing school with him. I've been making him sit down. I've been reading books with him, like having him sit on the floor as I sit on a chair and I read to him, a book or whatever. And then I put him in a little small desk or table. Really, I sit with them, and then we practice circles and lines first. Just get the muscles down when his hands, to start writing, and then I'm trying to do the letter recognition. This is A, B, C, D. He knows the song, A, B, C, D, but he hasn't quite grasped like the letters yet. A, how to write them, and then B, the association with what he's saying. So I'm gonna lose my mind. It's like a wall talking to a wall. I have no idea what I'm doing teaching this child. I have no idea. It's like dude, I have watched YouTube videos.
Comes when
Miss
it
Rachel is,
comes.
bro, and it's like, yeah, that's the thing though, Jordan. It's like, eventually, like he just started walking. Eventually, he just started talking. Eventually, he just started
Yeah.
using the bathroom. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, we have to do this repetition, and we have to give him, the structure of like this happens every day. We're gonna practice school every day. We're gonna read and write every day. We're gonna give you this structure every day, and every day I'm still showing up and we're still doing it. But there are days when he wants to give effort to it, and there are days that he don't, and I have to parent through that in the best way that doesn't scare him away from wanting to do school again. You know what I mean? Because next time we go to school, I don't want him to think of or practice school. I don't want him to think of like, man, Dad yelled at me for not doing my circles right. Like I don't want to do that. So like it's this weird balance of playing parent and playing teacher at the same time, and I'm trying to find my way between the
Teaching
two.
is patience.
Brother, I have learned that I have I have a little patience. Now, my wife, though, my wife is excellent at this. This is where she comes in and she's 10 times what I am. But I don't want it just to be on her. I want to be actively involved in whatever he's doing and learning too. I want to not just take the lead, but also just be there with it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know how you guys did this, Ryan, whenever your kids were coming up, but brother, it is tough. That is the reality of trying to teach a toddler. It is not easy. And every day I have no idea who I'm talking to. Sometimes it's my son, and sometimes it is this not so much an angel. You know what I
Gremlin.
mean?
It's
That's
a
a good word.
gremlin.
This little gremlin who's just lost his mind, who can run around with his underwear on top of his head and just not listening to a dang thing that I'm saying. But then there's other days he's a freaking angel and he's just happy as could be and whatever. And I just, what day is it today? I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
feel like
figuring it
kids
out.
teach us more than we teach them for the most part. And
Yeah.
that's
Oh, I have done the most personal growing in the last 3 years of my adult life. as a dad. Before,
Yep.
when I was in my 20s, I thought I knew everything, bro. I knew nothing. My son has taught me more about me than I have ever learned in my entire life. So
Yep.
it's a beautiful experience. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to talk down at being a parent or dad or anything like that. It's just, dude, it is way more challenging, and I'm trying to put my best foot forward for myself and for him to do this. But it is tough. So, anyways, you guys got any tips for that? That would be lovely. Even to the people listening, if you guys got any tips or any resources, I'm open to read and try to figure this out. Somebody recommended a book called The Montessori Child, so I'm going to
Mhm.
Our
read that.
our mom was a
Okay.
Montessori
Yeah,
teacher.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to you about that offline.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. It's
Yeah,
really good.
Nothing wrong.
It's
Yeah,
actually
there
really,
is nothing
really
wrong
good.
with it.
It's extremely structured, but it's also structured, not structured. So it's structured to be not structured. It also uses
you
the the the
Experience.
principles of using older kids with younger kids to help teach. They can watch. They. It's nice that Dad's showing me this, but when Jimmy, who's a year older than me, is doing it,
That's fair.
now I want to be like Jimmy, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing. And there's some Christian principles behind it, and there's some other stuff, but it's a beautiful thing. It's really good. It's just
Very
it's gonna
expensive.
be
That's what it
difficult.
is.
So the
It's like
way
$1,300 a month for
what
that
you want to
stuff.
do, and my mom is really good at this. Is yeah, I wouldn't do the book and all of that. My what you make is little stations. So you make like a carpet. It's structured. So you get a carpet, like a little square carpet. You're gonna pull it down, and you're gonna make little and that probably the book. I've never read it, so I don't know. But it's gonna have like things that teach those things as a little PlayStation almost. And so they can go and
Style.
get that work is what they'll call it. They'll call it a work. They'll grab that station, bring it back, and they'll do like whether it's stringing a bead on a string,
Drink.
well, that's teaching them hand-eye coordination, and they're doing that. When they're done with that, that's fine, but you have to pick that up, put that up, and grab another station that you can do, and you call it work. You don't call it play. This is your work, and so you're going to take that and that's kind of I think there's probably a more in-depth principle with it, but that's generally speaking
Yeah.
what it is. It's really good.
That's pretty good.
It
Really,
it caters to all the learning styles and all that kind of stuff, and it's
yeah.
more tactile. For younger kids, that's generally more effective to have something actually hands-on to
See,
um,
even talking to y'all now,
take in
I've
the
learned that I know
principles.
nothing.
Yeah.
I know
Pretty good
nothing,
little
bro.
system. It's a pretty good system. It
It's
really
good.
is. It's
Yeah, I mean, at
my
this point, I figured doing something is better than doing nothing for him. Obviously, that he's 3 now, so we gotta push forward and start learning things and, incorporating a lot more into his day. Give him more daily structure for sure. But I'm learning that I know nothing about this. This is a whole topic that I'm diving into and trying to learn more, but it's so weird that there's a lot of different ways. Obviously, teaching Jordan something and teaching Ryan something is two different ways. You might be able to try to teach the same topic, but you're going to teach them two different ways, right?
it
So I'm trying to figure out how he's learning and how he's going to pick it up. And he learns a lot in play. So if I were to make the ABC song, obviously a fun song and a playful song, he learns it that way. Where if I just say this is A, B, C, D, he doesn't really take to it that much. So that much I know. I just got to figure out the rest of it. But
you actually don't know. So that's the problem. So actually, let's take Jordan and Ryan. So my mom taught us the same way, and you can teach Jordan a certain thing. Great, he's got it. Ryan actually just wouldn't tell her that I had it. I don't know why, but she actually busted me one time. She taught me the ABCs. She's trying to go over the ABCs with me. She's looking at me in the rearview mirror. I'm not doing nothing, but she can see me finally, and I'm mouthing the ABCs. I'm actually saying, doing the actual motion of I knew them. I just didn't want her to know that I knew them. Why?
for sure.
I can't go back in time. I don't remember that, but I guess I was being a butthead. I didn't want her to know that I knew it.
There's a power
So she
play.
thought she was doing something wrong, that she couldn't teach me the ABCs, but I absolutely knew them. So what kind of bullcrap I was on at that point in time, I have no idea.
Boy, it was like
her,
foreshadowing,
she was like, "You
baby.
got to be kidding me." She was totally blown away by like, "Wait a minute. I've been killing myself, beating myself up for not being able to teach him the ABCs, and he knows it."
Bro, that's
But
the thing.
like,
I have no idea what when he go. I know by preschool what he's supposed to know. Obviously, there's a structure to that, but like at a 3-year-old, what is he supposed to know? What is he not supposed to know? There are some kids where it's like, oh my god, this kid knows how to write in cursive, and then there's a whole other spectrum over here where like they're still trying to figure out their colors. So it's
Yeah.
like this weird spectrum of like where they need to be, and every kid's
Exactly.
different.
It's
And
a
it's so weird.
spectrum, and it doesn't matter. Exactly. It does not matter because
It doesn't until it does, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
yeah,
You'll
That's
have
yes,
retrospect at that point in time, and you can look back and be like, "Well, in retrospect, I guess that was a sign of this or that." Like we didn't,
right.
like it. Who I don't know if anybody is on or like if we believe in ADD or not, but we'll go looking back. I'm diagnosed with ADHD. But if you
Same
look
here.
back at my past,
it makes sense.
I went years undiagnosed, and people thought I was insane. I couldn't listen to one song at a time. I couldn't listen to an album. I couldn't. There's a million stories about, oh, this dude has some, let's just call it a focus issue on anything. I remember being in school telling myself I was going to focus and focused on focusing, and then looked up at the clock and was like, "Oh my god, class is
Oh
over. I
my
have
god.
no idea what this person said." And
Yep.
I didn't listen to anything. I was in my own head,
Were you one of the
thinking
people
about
who
Trying
would
to
something.
focus.
literally be
Yeah.
you'd be reading a paragraph and then halfway through the paragraph you're reading it, but you're not
Yep,
even listening to what you're saying. Like your
yep,
brain's already moved on. Yep,
yep,
that's the same thing I
absolutely.
had. Yeah,
Yep. There's
Yeah.
I had to
all
read
sorts
something
of
3 or 4 times before
yes. I
before
had to
I
read a
got
book
it.
several times and never
I,
would get it.
I'm
So
married to somebody. Yeah.
Same
That's
way.
it's
the
just
same.
Honestly,
Yeah.
nowadays, if I have music in the background and I read 10 times better.
Yeah.
It's just something
She
that goes
chews.
on inside
She
the.
chews gum. She has one like
See, that's a good way to do it too.
continual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make stations. Even at work, I make a station. So I just won't work on one thing at a time. I'll work
Oh,
on
no,
several things
my
at a
boy
time.
snacks at work. That's what my boy does.
Yeah, I do
When you
snack at
needed to
work. Yeah.
focus on something, he got those bags
M&M's ready.
of peanut M&Ms, and that's when
Yeah.
you know Ryan's doing some work because he's over there snacking on it. That's how it
Yeah.
was. I mean, but I get it though. That's how. I mean, I was the same way. I am the same way. Even now, when I'm at work and I got to focus on whatever I'm doing or processing, I have to have music on to focus in on what I'm reading and doing. I retain more when I have it that way. But anyways, let's go ahead and lighten the load up. We have a Jordan's Corner this week.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Jordan, let's get it.
Back news.
Oh man.
All
What
right.
do we got?
I finally got my wish. I did
Yeah.
during the March Madness tournament.
You watch March
KFC.
Madness?
I a little
Oh,
bit.
are you okay? You're saying during the
Oh
tournament. I was like,
yes,
bro, you watch
during
March. Okay.
this was
Okay,
the
my
time
bad.
period.
My
It
fault.
was
This
the
is your
time
corner.
period.
My fault. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
2 years, one mouth.
Yeah, back off. Because guess what? KFC brought
Yeah.
back the double down,
I knew it.
and they used the fillets from the chicken sandwich, so they were bigger. And then I only got it 3 times during the 2 to 3 week period. All right. Once
Okay.
during the
Only 3
week,
times.
and then twice in 1
Twice
week
on the weekend?
on a Monday, on a Friday. And on the Monday and the Friday, they ran
You
out of
just
bacon
poop,
in
like,
2
all the
different
time?
locations.
What?
No, I had it like on a Tuesday 1 week, and then a Monday and a Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they ran out of bacon on the Monday and the Friday in 2 different
Because of
locations.
you.
No.
Because of you.
How does one equal
They didn't
them
plan for
running out
you.
of bacon in 2
He's
different
back
locations?
again, guys.
How? How? Tell me how. No, they were
Close
getting
it.
ready
He
to shut
turned the
it
sign
down.
over to closed.
No more for you. You go now.
And guess what? I was good for just getting it 3 times. All right. So you can back off on that.
All right. No, 3
Uh,
times in 1 week is very, very
No.
reasonable. Okay.
1 time 1 week, twice the next week. So
3 times in 2 weeks. My apologies.
Okay. So
they were bigger. I
don't know
had 2
how
without
to-
bacon, but however, it was still very good.
All right.
And
So
there's
know
a
how to
it was the
overlap.
fillet. It was the actual
chicken sandwich fillet. Yes.
Can I do this?
And I took pictures, and we can put pictures right here on Craig in post edit here.
Ryan, do you know what this is though specifically?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen a
Yeah,
picture
he
of one of
put
these?
it down. I've
Okay.
partaken- partaken
So,
in the-
I've
Here,
never
I-
had one, by the way.
It's the bun. The bun is the chicken.
Yeah. So it's 2 pieces of fried
It's the
chicken,
most ridiculous
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
like mayonnaise KFC
So
sauce,
bad.
2 pieces
Yes.
of cheese and 2 pieces of bacon. And
Okay,
that's
but
what it
hold on.
is.
How do y'all think that this was created? How like who was sitting at KFC one day?
Okay. Is it really that hard to figure out? Is it really that hard to figure out? Okay.
A
So
couple of cooks in the back
a
that
couple of
love to
cooks in the
eat
back
chicken.
that's been having a good time, and
Oh my
they
God.
figured it out.
They're like,
They
the
were
only
sitting
thing
there
wrong
during
with this
close.
sandwich is the bread.
The
They
buns.
got rid of the bread and just made the chicken bread. We're good.
All right. So I just texted y'all.
Oh
So
my God.
I went to this place
Oh.
twice. So the first time I went to this place, they had bacon. The second time they didn't. But this was the picture that they had in
Okay.
the place about the Colonel. And there's some oversights in their marketing, by the way.
Where'd you send it to?
So-
Did you send it to the
So-
Discord or did you send it to
I sent
the
it
text?
to the text, the
Gotcha.
group text.
Spectacles.
Okay.
Glasses, not spectacles.
Okay, all that stuff makes sense, right?
White hair to
But-
match
but
the suit.
I'm going to
That wasn't
go
by choice.
with 2 main points here. How in the hell did he not stain his front
Yeah, it'd be
pocket?
Greasefield.
It'd be grease filled. Did he have foil? Did he have wax? I
don't
don't
have it
know.
yet.
Are
But
you
then,
quite
in more-
literally holding them to their stupid sign, like the
Yes, I am.
the
Because
actual?
the next point is this. Look at the back pocket. Why is your tasting spoon next to your butt when you've been eating fried
right
chicken
now.
all the
First-
time? You're farting all over that thing,
You
and
don't
then you're
put
tasting stuff with it.
you don't put a tasting spoon in your pocket. I'll tell you that right
No,
now.
yes.
The- but it's just to be funny, Jordan. It's a snack pocket for secret chicken.
Okay,
Like
I'm not talking about that. I get that. I'm down with it. It's the tasting spoon that I have a problem with.
not the
Because
gentleman's cane or the double-breasted white suit to hide the flour.
no. The
Okay.
tasting spoon in rear
Just-
pocket.
Bucket of chicken that they're calling the travel companion.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Keep going down. Keep going
You
down.
put
Go to his
dash and
ass and,
goatee.
and look at his ass. What is
Wait.
at his ass?
Well, there's a secret chicken compartment in a tasting
Right.
spoon
And that's
for
not
his-
at his ass. That's at his
his-
abdomen. Where it's at his
he
ass.
has a tasting spoon in his. You don't know what they're referring to, bro. They mean he don't know what he
Well,
tastes with that spoon.
okay,
It may be
they
for
made
that-
a
it may be for that area.
diagram
You don't
Of
know.
a tasting spoon at his ass.
It's 2023, bro.
Yeah. And he's been eating fried chicken.
An ass.
The fact that you have to say it's 2023 though, right?
An ass. It does look. It's
Hey,
2023.
if that's
Hey,
true,
you can't say that. You can't.
truth in their marketing,
He bought a
he's been sitting
spoon.
around there for 20 plus years farting on his own daggum tasting spoon.
He's eating
Jordan,
ass,
there are
man.
people who fart in cans and ship it to people and smell it. Okay,
Yes,
there are like
exactly.
Eating that, yeah.
And trust me, I'm not mad at him because I love his chicken. Okay? And they replaced the double down with the nuggets, and the nuggets are good. Okay? I've had the nuggets 3 times as well at this point.
Hold on.
Over
Do you
3
think
weeks.
that Popeyes should try to compete with them because their
Oh,
chicken sandwich is
100%.
No,
supposed to be
because
awesome?
the nuggets
that
at
filet.
Popeyes was not good. It
What?
was not good.
You're a liar because I've had it and it's wonderful.
I've had it and it was
The nuggets?
fantastic.
I don't even like Popeyes. But their
Oh, the
chicken-
nugget. Oh, we're talking about the sandwich.
No, the
Yeah.
sandwich is good. I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
same.
nuggets.
Forget the nuggets. Hear me out. They should do a double down version and take the fillets from their sandwich
Yes.
and make a double down with that. And they
Yes.
should wrap it with the bacon and put like cheese where it squeezes out.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Popeyes.
I would be, we're probably still one of their biggest customers.
Yeah.
But it's more because my wife. and me.
So 3 times in 2 weeks to Kentucky Fried Chicken. How many times to Popeyes that in that 2 week period of time?
At least 3
I
to 4.
do. I do have something that might top your sandwich there, Jordan. This is
When?
also at KFC. Maybe you can see it on the
What,
screen.
the
I know
mac
it's
and
kinda
cheese
blurry.
bowl with chicken nuggets in it?
No. Can
Can't-
y'all
can't hardly
see
see it, Joey.
that? Sorry. Okay.
It looks
Well,
like a
hold on.
sandwich.
Okay, it's a chicken sandwich. I get
Angle.
that.
Hold on. I had the screen. Oh,
Oh,
Ah.
the donut. Okay,
the
is that
donut sandwich. Go in there and type KFC donut sandwich. It's 2 glazed donuts that sandwich
do they
a
sell?
crispy patty. This is what?
Where do they sell this? Because it ain't I have a KFC across the street.
Now
And
this
they
might
don't
yeah, this might be a regional thing or something, but apparently this was a thing.
in Georgia?
I have no idea where they saw. I just remember seeing a video on it, and then somebody was like it was a real thing. Somebody had ordered it, and they tried it, and they were like, "Oh my god, they actually did something here." I was like, I don't want diabetes, but I really want to try that. Like, I'll just.
It's not going to give you diabetes
It's
after
not
one time.
it's not the first time. So
If
it
it don't
started
give you
with
diabetes,
hamburgers.
it's a heart attack. What?
There's a I think it's a football stadium that does they do Krispy Kreme donuts. They cut it in half, toast
Oh my god,
toast the inside of
Krispy
it,
Kreme
and
donuts
do a
are
burger
bomb.
with it,
Yes.
and it
Oh
looks
my
amazing.
god. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, I would pay
where's
Jerry Jones prices for that because
Look,
Jerry Jones
you're gonna
for
do
that you're paying $100 at his stadium
not a lot
for
different
anything
than
like a
chicken and
sandwich.
waffles. It's really
Yeah,
not. Like that
it's
would be
really
really
not.
good. I bet that
No,
would be really good.
I'm down with that. Trust me. If I'm down with the double down, I'm down with that.
Bro, if they did a partnership with Krispy Kreme though, and had that, oh my god, we
So
need to
this
make
was
this
not.
happen. We need to make some calls. Not that we have any pull here on the Dad Pack, but we need to make some calls. Oh
Hey, if
my
Jack
god.
Harlow
So this
can
was
get
only
his
hit
own
in 40
KFC sandwich now,
locations up north. So Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Richmond, Norfolk,
That's where it
Virginia.
was?
it's in the
Yeah,
Northeast. Are
and
you
that
serious?
Wow.
they said that
That's really surprising.
if it's a hit with the diners, and why wouldn't it be? They could roll out this
A
sweet
hit
and
with a
salty
do you know
mustard
what that would do
nationwide.
down here in Texas, bro? They would be
It'd be huge.
billionaires. Are you serious?
So
We have like
it
the fattest
even
city in the United States. Put it right there.
boom,
Put it
they're
right
also thinking about doing a double down version of this.
Oh
2
my
fried chicken
god.
patties hugging a donut wrapped in bacon and cheese.
I'm receiving the quickening. Yes,
Oh my
I'm
god.
receiving the quickening.
Calm it down over there, Jordan.
That's gotta be like 8,000 calories.
That's how they end the article. Is just they're even thinking about coming out with a double down version. Oh my god!
What's up? Oh my god!
They're
Because
gonna
trust me,
stick a
I
donut in the middle with
enjoyed.
cheese and bacon wrap.
I
By no
enjoyed the
means.
double down so much that oh my gosh, yes,
Oh
yes.
man! Yeah, I'm actually, if you
By
want me
no
to, I
means
can
am I
hit their
fat shaming. I
Twitter.
actually want to do
Yeah,
this.
hit
Like
the
I
Twitter.
would absolutely do this. The
Yes,
Northeast though, that's so weird to me.
that is crazy to me
Out of
that
all
that
places.
up there. Yeah,
Georgia would have been a good one too. Like I feel like that
yeah.
would have been a
Well,
good
that's
place.
what I was
I think
thinking. Is
the
like,
South would. If it,
God.
maybe they're thinking if it hit in the North, there's no way that it wouldn't be a hit in the South.
Bro. But even if, bro, like we like Whataburger down here. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's just mid.
oh,
So like
I'm all
something like
about
this would go nuts.
the barbecue chicken strip sandwich. I'm
I
all
love it.
about it.
And I
Yeah.
just, we lost like 100 followers. Me just saying that every follower we just had, like he doesn't like Whataburger. I didn't say I don't like what a burger. What I'm saying is they're just okay. I don't see it. Patrick
Really?
Mahomes, bro.
like
Yeah, they're.
I
I'm
like
not
it.
saying they're bad. I think that it depends on the location you go to. They're not like consistent. Like when you go to like Chick-fil-A or
That's good,
something,
man.
you can. Yeah, but if you go to like, name me one time you went to Chick-fil-A and they weren't consistent. You know what I mean? You can go to Chick-fil-A in California. You can go to New York. It's the same thing everywhere you go.
Sundays.
It's fair, but they're consistent. They're not there, right? They're consistently not there on Sundays.
Oh,
Fair
they
enough.
are
I
there.
just
They're
feel
just
like-
having staff meetings.
Yeah, okay. Very, yeah, very, yeah. Very, but all I'm saying is Whataburger's okay. You know what I mean? If I had between that and like McDonald's, we're
The
going.
problem with Whataburger
Whataburger.
is the comparison in the drive-through to Chick-fil-A. You go to Chick-fil-A, you get out of there 5 minutes.
No,
or
it's
less.
In-N-Out Burger. For some reason, there's this huge food like thing between them and In-N-Out Burger. And
Well,
I ain't gonna lie, I am not team In-N-Out Burger either. Something
No,
about
not
monster
either.
style. I
No,
don't care.
okay.
I'm
just
Whataburger
saying-
on this
Okay.
one here. Sorry.
Whataburger, you're going to plan at least 15 to 20 minutes to be in the drive-through line because
like
they're not going to have
Whataburger
something
tricks you. They have
ready.
the double line, but they don't.
They don't
That
use
is
it.
If you get in the second one, you hit. You're not
Yeah,
getting served.
You're
for a
not
while.
getting served for a while.
They do have a really good breakfast. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
And they're
Yes,
open
I
chicken
like
sandwich.
the honey,
The
the honey
biscuits,
chicken
chicken
butter.
biscuits.
Yeah,
Mm.
yes,
fire.
absolutely, 100%.
They even
I
have
get
good
it.
taquitos. Very
Good,
good taquitos.
yes.
Yeah.
We go to Chick-fil-A one day. We go Chick-fil-A on Saturday. We go to Whataburger on Sunday.
This is your eating schedule, dude. What are you doing? What? What?
You ever
That's terrible. What?
Ryan, have you ever seen the movie WALL-E?
Yes.
When the people are like floating in the chairs, it's gonna be Jordan.
Yes.
Just go in between.
Like, wait, this dude knows when he went to all the fast food restaurants too. It's very specific.
My man.
Leave me alone.
I'm not
Yes,
mad at you.
I have
It is
Fine.
like how you love them. I mean, the
Well,
love for
and-
fried chicken runs deep, bro. I
Yeah.
respect it. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is hilarious. I'm not even kidding, bro. Every time we play gunfight or something, we're like, "Hey, Jordan, what are we having for dinner?" I don't have to ask Jordan what we're having for dinner. I know what Jordan's having for dinner. Absolutely. But I will say this.
How good am I with a pistol, Joey?
100%. But I will say this: when I went to Disney and Jordan had his recommendations for food, he was spot on. So like, you can trust the man for his food reviews. So I ain't mad at him. I was just like, my man.
Trust me.
For sure.
Like we're skipping over the Disneyland trip, but we're doing Disney
How
World.
am I on blood pressure medication and you're not?
Because I'm happy. Okay. No.
I am so disappointed in myself at this point in time.
No, I actually started exercising a lot more.
Oh my god.
To stay off the medicine. Yeah. No, I've had to adjust recently.
How many restaurants, if you decide to change your diet, are going to go out of business? That's all I
A
wanna
lot.
know.
A lot. I mean, there's an awesome pizza place by my work that's $6, two pepperoni pizzas and a drink for $6. You know, like
That's pretty good.
they're gonna go out.
I'm not
Good deal.
yeah.
That's a great
pretty
deal.
good deal.
It's good pizza too. It's true New York style pizza. That dude is from Manhattan.
Deep.
His sandwiches are bomb.
Wait,
all
hold on.
his
What's
stuff
New York?
is
Chicago's deep dish. What's New York? Right?
New York
Am I
style.
wrong?
Like it's the regular
It's a regular slice, but it's going to be like a big slice with a different kind of sauce. And it's gonna
like
be
a
where you
one that
kinda
kind of like
fold it.
bends and stuff. Yeah.
you
Okay.
you fold it and then eat it. Yeah.
You usually have to
I
get
went to
sweeter
New York
sauce
and I
to it.
still couldn't tell you that
Yeah.
because every pizza place in New York is the original pizza place in New York, and it's like, okay, this is cool.
Just
Okay,
like every coffee place.
Okay,
is like
that is
that.
very fair. That is very fair. Yeah.
yeah. So I have no idea what's real and what's fake. I don't know. So
I mean, I visited my brother-in-law and he took us to the end of his corner there. He lives in Upper Manhattan, or did live in Upper Manhattan, sorry. And it was just like, I can just get this down the street. And I really did feel that way. And we took him down the street when he came up. And he's like, this is better than New York. This is better.
A little mix of Texas in there, baby.
Joe's Pizza. He was like,
Oh yeah. No, I know that place. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a phenomenal pizza. Yeah,
yeah. He was just
Heartburn
like,
for days. Yeah,
heartburn for days. He said that specifically. And he's like, this spaghetti, I can't get that where I'm at. I can't get the spaghetti here.
that's a legit place. Yeah.
For real.
Sure. But
So I was
all
like,
right, guys,
it's just down the street. We got two.
I think that's going to do it for this episode. Hey, quick plug real quick for you, Jordan, because we hadn't mentioned it yet this season. Jordan is part of a band, and we want you guys to check out that band. And Jordan, give them the links to that. And hopefully somewhere in there, we can link it all in there.
It is Gold Ramble, like as the color gold, and then the word ramble.
Yep.
We're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We got stuff on Bandcamp as well. You can get all our live recordings, all that kind of stuff that we want to release is on there. And I have a bass player story for next time.
For sure. They got a song on there that they have. It's called Supermassive, and their songs are very unique. What kind of style of music do you think that is, Jordan? You would know. I would know.
It is closer to jazz than anything, but
that's fair.
It's very heavily Grateful Dead influenced. Yes,
fair.
It's extremely heavily.
We
3 out of the 4 of us are deadheads. Yeah, 3 out of the 4 are deadheads.
For sure. Honestly, though, it is good music.
His favorite band is very Grateful Dead adjacent, so it's really funny.
I don't. That's not my usual music that I go to. I listen to everything. Jordan's heard me listen to. I could listen from Metallica to gangster rap. Like I'm everything in between, bluegrass, whatever it is. But honestly, I really do enjoy the music, especially some of the lives that I get to see on there. So go check them out. Golden Ramble. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They're on Bandcamp. They're
Twitter.
really doing some good stuff. Twitter as well. They have live events going on here locally. So that they're doing. But as for us, we're also on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're not on Twitter, but we will be eventually. This is also can be found. This video is on YouTube. We'll be on YouTube, so you can actually see us live as we do. Except for the first episode, we missed the first.
No. We're doing the first episode. It's just gonna be a visualizer.
It's going to be a visualizer. It's not going to be actually us talking. So, but from there, moving on, you're actually going to be able to see us talking, and it'll be posted on YouTube. I'm working on trying to transfer that over to Spotify. So if you use Spotify, you'll actually be able to see us on Spotify as well. There's a way to do it. I'm just trying to figure it all out. But anyways, go check out our Instagram. Go like, share, follow, all that kind of stuff. Leave us a comment. And then obviously, if you have anything to add to the podcast and in these episodes, you can always tell us about it at thedadpack.gaming at Gmail. So until next week, we'll holler at y'all later. Hit it, Ryan.
Hold down, baby. Pack news.
Pack news. There it is. Later.
Later.